Cyclists glide along streets where cars once dominated. Paris looks very different now. Could this transformation set a new standard for cities everywhere?
Today's date is May 31st, 2025. Paris has managed to lower air pollution, rework its streets, and put cycling at the center. But what did it actually take to move from traffic jams to cleaner air?
The shift began around 20 years ago. Back then, traffic and smog were just part of daily life. Since 2005, Paris has reduced fine particulate matter, PM 2.5, by 55% and cut nitrogen dioxide in half. That's significant. Those pollutants are linked to asthma, heart disease.
Wait, just to be clear, that's a huge reduction. Was it mostly about adding bike lanes, or did the city do more than that?
A lot more, actually. Over 1,000 kilometers of bike lanes were built, and many are fully separated from car traffic. During the COVID-19 pandemic, they set up temporary bike lanes called cornipistes that later became permanent. They also closed major roads to cars, like Rue de Rivoli and the Seine's banks. These steps made cycling and walking appealing options, not just possible.
I imagine drivers and businesses push back against these changes, at least at first.
Yes, there was resistance in the beginning. The city rolled out changes gradually and gathered feedback as they went. They worked with businesses, showing that more cyclists and pedestrians often meant more customers. Over time, as people saw the benefits, support increased. Public consultations and slow rollouts played a big part.
Did they make it easy for people to combine biking with other kinds of transport? Like, could you bike to the train?
They did. Thousands of new bike parking spots appeared at railway stations. Paris also set up a low-emission zone and changed parking rules to discourage driving in the city center.
So beyond cleaner air, what changed for residents? How did day-to-day life shift?
Health outcomes improved. There were fewer asthma attacks, lower rates of heart disease, and thousands of premature deaths were avoided. Local shops saw more people passing by. Neighborhoods that used to be cut off by traffic are now linked by bike lanes, so there's more interaction among neighbors.
So it's not just about getting around. It's about public health and even local economies. Did these changes shift how people see Paris?
Definitely. Cycling has become part of how Paris defines itself, a sign of a modern, sustainable city. Before, places like Amsterdam or Copenhagen were seen as the models to follow. Now Paris shows that even cities built around cars can change, and do it quickly.
But what if a city isn't like Paris? Say it's colder or more spread out. Are these lessons still relevant?
Yes, but with some adjustments. Cities with harsher weather or that are more spread out need networks of protected lanes, strong connections to public transit, and maybe incentives for e-bikes. Creating 15-minute neighborhoods and pedestrian zones helps too. Gradual rollouts and public education are essential to get people on board.
Has Paris's approach caught on beyond France? Are other cities following this example?
It has. Nearby cities have started building bike lanes and introducing low-emission zones, often pointing to Paris as proof that change works. The improvement in public health is hard to ignore.
And looking ahead, Paris wants to become a 100% cycling city by 2026. Do you think that's realistic?
It's a big goal, but the groundwork is there. Continued investment and public backing will be key to making it happen.
Air pollution is still a major problem in cities worldwide. Does Paris offer a model that others can really use?
Paris shows that well-planned, bold changes can bring real health gains, cleaner air, and a better city experience. It's not just a European story. These are lessons cities everywhere can take on.
So Paris has turned its streets into a kind of blueprint for others. What parts of this story could your own city try?
That's the question we all need to ask. Thanks for joining us as we unpack the Paris cycling story and what it could mean for cities everywhere.
Thank you for listening. This episode was brought to you by mynews.studio. Try it now for free.